Here we have verse 48 of the fourth chapter of the Gospel of John. Jesus has returned from Judea through Samaria into the region of Galilee. He arrives first at Cana, and there he's confronted by a man who has come to meet him from the city of Capernaum. And he's asked that Jesus come immediately to Capernaum because his son is ill. Jesus gives a rather unexpected response here, which we'll have to simply consider on its face, and we'll see the significance of it as we go along. But the grammar of it is straightforward. Apen, this is from Lego, of course it's the second aorist, so third person singular, second aorist, active indicative. He said, un, the conjunction there, therefore, ho Jesus, Jesus said, therefore, pros, the preposition takes the accusative, pros auton, and the very use of the word pros here, of course, gives us an even more distinct sense that this was something of a confrontive response. Usually when one person addresses another, the dative would be used, auto, but when we have pros auton, it suggests a little bit more of what we might in the vernacular call being in your face a little bit, something like that. That probably overstates it somewhat, but Jesus says to him somewhat directly, and then we're somewhat surprised at what he actually says. Ian me. This is idiomatically comes over into English as unless, literally if not. It takes the subjunctive because of ian there. Unless, or if not, semeia, signs, kai terata, wonders. Semeia, of course, is a fairly common word in the New Testament for signs of various descriptions. John will otherwise sometimes use the word erga, works. Terata, a little less common. Our word terrible or terrifying is presumably rooted in this word. It means a wonder, something that provokes awe, astonishment, that sort of thing. If not signs and wonders, idita, this is the second person plural, aorist active subjunctive. So as we said, Ian takes the subjunctive, and there it is. Unless you see signs and wonders, ou may. That's rather a strong negation. Usually ou or may will be used, but when the two are used together, the ou, which is normally used with the indicative, may, usually used with non-indicative moods, but taken together it means a somewhat stronger sense of negation. Ou may pistusata, you will not believe. This is the second person plural aorist active subjunctive. And so unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe. We wonder at exactly what Jesus had in mind, and it may be that Jesus simply, with his rather remarkable insight, of course, into human personality, was seeing past the facial request of this man to something that was taking place in his heart on a deeper level, because this is a somewhat critical response, we might say. Nevertheless, the man persists in his request. It does remind us maybe a little bit of the time when Jesus was confronted by a woman of Phoenicia, and she was asking Jesus to heal her daughter, and he said it's not right to take the food from the children and throw it to the dogs, of course, a rather insulting response, but she in humility embraces that and of course comes back, and the entire story unfolds from there. Maybe something like that is going on here as well, a little bit of combativeness, you might say, on Jesus' part, simply to bring this man to a point of true and genuine humility as he has made this request of Jesus.